tell me what I didn't say.
Earl, you got anything you'd like to add to this?
Well, one thing, he was very quiet when we joined this group, and most people I tell that to today in the club don't believe it.
Kathleen, you're shaking your head.
We don't believe that you were quiet.
You
One
know
thing I
better.
think is
You know
interesting,
better.
every time we have broken down anywhere, people have come,
Yeah.
offered vehicles, offered tools, except on the New York Thruway. They just kept flying by
Bob
us.
McEwen and I and Rosalie came in one time, and there was we didn't have the car though. We had the modern car, right?
I know what's
And we gave that guy the tools.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy was at the rest area stop before Stroudsburg, coming from
Auburn.
no,
Yes, we were.
Williamsport. And we met a young man, and he had a Chevy Nova, which he had just gone to Pittsburgh or somewhere's out there to pick up, and he had it painted, and he was going to do the car show circuit and all that stuff. And he said, it was Memorial Day. It was a holiday, right? He said, you wouldn't happen to have any tools, would you? And I said, yes, I do have tools. I said, what can I do for you to help you? He said, well, if I have the tools, I can fix it. So he told me what he needed, and I gave him the tools, and I said, now, Bob McEwen says, you're not going to get these tools back. This guy came from Connecticut. And I said, watch me. I said, because you are a car buff, along with me and this man, young man here, I said, I will get these tools back, right? I threw the rest God on him, kind of. And he said, yeah. So I said to Bob, I'll get him back, you watch and see. About 4 or 5, 6 weeks later, this package of tools came back. And he said, boy, you're lucky, he said, because you didn't have anything to tell this guy that where I lived or anything. Well, he had my address because he had to mail them back to me. But I had no money, no financial things, because I was just being a nice guy, like I am anyway. And he did send them back. And I guess he got home. I don't know, because that's where the tools came from. So I don't know where he went on a holiday to get work done, because he lost his starter, and he needed a starter, but he needed to take the starter off and go somewhere to have it fixed. So I assume he had a car. Other than that, I didn't ask any questions. I just said, because you are a fellow car buff, I said, I'm giving you these tools, knowing you are going to return them. And he did, so I can't complain.
But that's a car
But that's
hobby.
the way this hobby works, I figure. Even though it's not part of our group, he's still part of the thing that makes it tick.
But that's just like even in the ACD group, everybody steps up to help everybody else.
I've had generators and starters from other people's cars on my car for a year and a half, while mine was being fixed, just to get the car on the road. Yes, that's the way they operate.
That's why the Kim Van Hosdall ring started.
That's right. And that's the biggest highlight of my life, was when I got the Watt Adams Award in Auburn at one time. Other than that, it's been great. It's been a great ride. Anything else?
No, I think that's about all, unless you've got something else more
No,
interesting to say.
I don't think so at this point.
Well, Matt,
Thank you.
I thank you for joining with us and giving us this information.
I'm glad I lived long enough to be able to be here to do this, Nettie.
Well, so are we.
All right?
I could have told him way on the North Burn before I ever joined the